Welcome back to Living 808. Rates are going down. People want to buy a home or remodel. Graham Builders Hawaii is helping families create their dream homes. Evan Fujimoto is here, and today we are talking about families growing and coexisting in homes. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Hey, great being here, John.
I want to know what the term pooling resources mean. I have an idea of what it is, but a lot of people are doing it.
Well, I guess that would be a nice way of saying, hey, everybody's going to pitch in for this mortgage, right? Yeah, so with the high cost of housing, you know, families living together is a viable alternative, and, you know, people looking at getting all their incomes put together so they can contribute to the mortgage and live in a multi-generational home.
Why is it so common here? I mean, I can imagine, you know, like you said, pooling resources, everybody contributing, but the cost of living, why is it so common?
That's exactly that. You know, in Hawaii we have a housing crisis, really just a lack of affordable homes, just a lack of supply overall. So it really makes living together probably the most viable economic option for them, because to be able to save enough for a down payment on a home where the average price for a single-family residence is now hovering around $800,000. So if you imagine you graduated from college, you have big education debts, and how are you going to save that money? So families get together and sit down and seriously discuss, you know, what will it take for them to come together and be able to pool their resources, put it all together, and build a home that everybody can live in together.
Now, you've seen it. I'm curious to know what some of the family members, what some of their concerns are. Then how are you able to help them?
Well, you know, everybody's considered a stakeholder. Of course, in most cases, it's the parents or the grandparents that own the property. Maybe there's no mortgage on it. And it's the adult children that are going to come in and finance the construction of a new home. And so you have to imagine that a lot of times these children, adults that with their own families, have been living independently for a while. Maybe they've been renting, or they came back from the mainland. And now they're looking at kind of like reintegrating as a family, a nuclear family again. And so there's a lot of adjustments that have to be made. And so it's not just about the architecture, the design, and who gets what rooms and what spaces, but really how are they going to live in harmony with one another again.
Yeah, personalities, and then of course everybody needs their own little space. You know, constructionally, how do you find the space to move multi-generational families around like that in a space?
Well, it's hard, and a lot of properties in Hawaii tend to be smaller. So if you take like a typical kapuhulu or kaimaki lot that's 5,000 square feet, how are you going to fit 7, 8, or 9 people and 3 or 4 cars on that property? So it takes some ingenuity. But, you know, we've been doing a lot of these homes. I'd say about 12 to 14% of households on Oahu are multi-generational. So that's why you have such a big parking issue. If you go into a lot of these neighborhoods, Kalihi or Aliamanu, no matter where, try to find street parking at dinner time is really hard. So we have to sit with all the family members, like I said, they're stakeholders, and ask them really what are their needs, what are their wants. And in most cases, really, they want to be able to live independently as much as possible, although they're under one roof. And there will be some shared facilities, obviously laundry, you know, you can only have one laundry facility per single-family dwelling. So there's going to have to be some house rules laid down, and that's one of the things we do counsel them on, to say, hey, you need to get together and sit down and hash out really what are your expectations, you know, of each other, and how can you, you know, commit to one another to be you know, kind and understanding and patient with one another. And
coexist, right?
Exactly.
How does somebody get started? How does the process start? How does somebody get in touch with you guys and start a consultation on getting this whole thing rolling?
Well, they normally will just call our office and meet with our customer care director, Bonnie, and we'll sit down with them and have a project evaluation meeting. It's a no-obligation type of meeting. Just come down and talk to us about really what your needs are and see if we can help you and help you to get all the resources put together. Just kind of lay out really what the steps are involved in terms of design and permitting and construction.
It's Graham Builders Hawaii. This is Evan. You've been great. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate it. All right, much more on Living 808 when we continue.